Jake.
What's happening?
What's up?
Good. Thanks for having me at your place.
Thank you for coming. It's been a long time.
And you're calling it Core Combat Chiang Mai?
That's it. Core Combat. Representing the Naga, pride of the North.
Really?
Yeah.
The north of what? What country are we in?
Thailand.
We're actually in Thailand.
Chiang Mai, Thailand.
What are you training in these days? I haven't seen you in a long time. We used to train Kung Fu together, but now are you training JEET Kune, MMA?
It's a combination of JEET Kune, Kali, and Silat. Also, we do Shuto, which is a Japanese mixed martial art, Savat, some Wing Chun, many different things, combining it all together.
JEET Kune and Bruce Lee, what's the relationship between the two?
JEET Kune was founded by Bruce Lee, and there's many different stages of JEET Kune. Primarily we're teaching JEET Kune concepts and latter stage JEET Kune.
I see, so Wing Chun and JEET Kune, what's some of the major differences?
Wing Chun, primarily we have a lot of self-defense based techniques. A lot of finger jabs to the eyes and to the throat. The stance is a little bit different, a little bit more rooted. It's more of an internal art. JEET Kune, the latter stage, is more based on fencing. The footwork is based on fencing, really fast and explosive. The stance is different. You're up on the rear ball of the foot, right, in and out. Hit and don't get hit. Well,
let's go see some of this JEET Kune, and maybe I'll add in some animal kung fu and we'll see how they pair up together.
So our first combo, we're going to be in a JKD Southpaw versus Orthodox lead. I'm going to start with a slip to initiate the lead shuffle punch. So the shuffle punch is going to be a 3-knuckle punch. It's a variation of the straight lead. I'm going to angle my body slightly.
Which 3 knuckles?
So the bottom 3 knuckles. The idea is very similar to the old school style of pugilism. If you read Jack Dempsey's book, Championship Fighting, he talks about the difference between the 2-knuckle punch, which is a whirling punch, versus the 3-knuckle punch, which uses alignment and structure and footwork to power the punch from a drop step. So check out his book, there's a lot of good information there. So I'm going to start with a slip, boom. I'm going to hit that shovel punch over the arm, and then across, once again 3 knuckles. My hips are loaded up, boom, and I land a pendulum. But if you take outside foot position, you move your foot out here, now you've lined up your powerful rear hand right across my center line. And all my weapons are off the line. Posing same side matchup, you always want to take outside foot position. Okay, slip, boom, boom, slip, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I want to make sure that I end up on the outside of his foot. In the outside foot position, to be on the dead side of his body. I'm away from most of his powerful weapons.
From my experience within the Chinese martial arts, I find that the most powerful kick you can throw in fighting is the side kick, because it uses the biggest muscle groups, and maybe that's because it's my favorite and best kick, and I'm a little biased. But I love the side kick for 2 reasons. One, it's powerful. It uses the biggest muscles like your butt and your thigh, but it's also very hard to block because it comes straight at your opponent. Front kicks, I think, are easier to block. Round kicks, easier to block. The side kick tends to be hard to pick up if you throw it efficiently and if you hit your opponent in a way where you're crushing a Coke can against their ribs. You don't want to kick the can off, you want to press it right against their ribs and cause compression. So like a roundhouse kick is more like a baseball bat hitting your opponent. A side kick is more like a pole hitting your opponent. Okay, this kick is very common in crane style kung fu, and we're going to set it up with some crane beaks. So when his hook punch comes in, I'm going to try to block this with my forearm and thus give me inside control, inside position. So the punch comes in, block one, immediately just give him a little love tap. And I'm hitting him with the part of my wrist and palm that has some muscles and strength. So if you look at here, I'm not hitting him with the beak, I'm hitting him with this fatty, meaty, muscular part of my palm and wrist. And the beauty about fighting on the street is that you have a lot of dexterity in your hands. So whether it's tiger claw, whether it's monkey hands, mantis beaks, crane beaks, all these kung fu hand positions are really effective if you know how to use them properly on the street to defend yourself in the real world. Once again, the hook comes in, block it, little love tap right to the ear or temple region. Then I'm gonna, while I'm inside, just gather and root down and turn my side kick into a spinning side kick as I jump off both feet at the same time and hit him with that spinning side kick as I jump. So the hook comes in, block, love tap, get inside control, root down, jump, and give him that little spinning side kick. And you guys can come over here and get one of these Bob dolls that you see everybody using, these B.O.B. dolls. And you can practice your spinning, jumping side kick till the cows come home every night. Try to do 1,000 per leg until you're vomiting from nauseousness. And once you can do it on the Bob doll, hard and with control and accuracy, you can then transition it over here for the partner, and then try throwing it in your sparring match. And once you can land it on different people with different body styles and different fighting styles and sparring, I think you're ready to defend yourself in pretty much any situation. So here we go again. Comes in, 1, 2, root, spinning side kick. And let me show you guys what it looks like in slow-mo and full speed.
All right, so the second combination involves a little bit of trapping. Normally in Jeet Kune Do, we would have same side matchups, which would allow us for Wing Chun style trapping, like Pak Sao and Da. But latter stage Jeet Kune Do, we really focus the emphasis on southpaw versus orthodox matchup. So it would be kind of pointless to bring my rear hand into play for trapping purposes. So instead, I'm going to play trapping with this lead hand, which is usually going to come in the form of a jab. Okay, so the first one, if he jabs, I parry it, all right? And we also call that a Pak Sao.
Like you're striking.
Yeah, I treat it as an attack in itself. Boom, and I bounce over, okay? So I want to think of a ricochet. And this punch is what we call the corkscrew. So the first punch we did was the shovel punch, once again a 3-knuckle punch. The second punch is the corkscrew. I'm turning my arm over and it's turning over, just like a corkscrew, hence the turn. From here, boom, my rear kick is loaded up here, and I step down, and I hit the spinning hook kick. A little bit flashy for Jeet Kune Do, but I'm just having a little fun today. Outside foot position, carry the jab, kick, pop.
If I don't make those sounds, my air's gonna get knocked out.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Here we go.
For sure.
Nice. And you were showing earlier that second kick could go to the head.
Yeah, for sure. You can change the levels. I can kick to the groin. Ooh, I can kick to the face. I can end it with a chasse, side kick. It's really versatile.
I don't think I'm gonna beat my Jeet Kune Do friend with his basics and his combos you've already seen, so I gotta go primal and traditional with some Tiger Kung Fu. So when his hook punch comes in, I'm gonna block it kind of like the crane did earlier, but now with tiger hands, and we pull these hands like this, it serves to strengthen our forearms and give us a little more toughness, especially on the street. And those of you who have been watching my videos on iron bone training, you've been training iron bone every other day or every day, and I know you're getting those more dense forearms. Your weapons are these bones, your weapons are these muscles, okay? You gotta train them all the time or else they atrophy and you lose them. So when that punch comes in, block one here, immediately come back toward his head and give him a nice smack with that tiger palm. So it's 1, 2, then I don't wanna let this go anywhere, so I'm gonna try to keep this as I knee up into his face or his body, hopefully knocking him out or distracting him so that he forgets that his weight is there, so I can drop and hit this tiger tail sweep and take his legs out. I know there are the critics out there who like to rag on the traditional martial arts because of the sweeping, but I'm here to tell you, in real fighting, even in things like MMA fights, sweeping is devastating. Go back and look at my man Kung Lee. Kung Lee's one of the best MMA fighters ever, and he used to throw sweeps on everybody. So again, the hook punch comes in, block it, smack to the face, throw that knee, immediately drop from view, drag this foot on the ground, take out your opponent's legs, and if you want to know how to throw this tiger sweep correctly and efficiently, I got a video that'll pop up on the screen right now and is down below showing you exactly how to do the tiger sweep. One more time from this angle, block it, smack, knee up, drop from view, and throw that tiger sweep. And you can try to take one leg or both legs. Hopefully, if your opponent is thinking you're gonna knee him, he won't know the sweep is coming, so he'll have all that weight on that leg. So when you throw the sweep, really get the carpet pulled out from underneath.
Okay, so the third combination is my take on Bruce Lee's oblique kick. So it's one of his favorite kicks. He would usually do the lead leg side kick, right? But he also would do the rear leg oblique kick. Very dangerous move. John Jones has been using it in MMA. People are trying to get it banned. Good reason, because it's so easy to break the knee. So say I would set it up during our sparring or our fighting, and then I'm gonna bang, hit the Superman punch.
So are you trying to break my knee or just use it as a setup?
Both. Right, so if I can get the knee trap, me personally, I wouldn't do this in competition. I wouldn't really put a lot of pressure on it just because, you know, it's unsportsmanlike. I would stop rather than stomp. So if someone's trying to get in, I'd stop. Or I'd try to attack the muscle, all right? Just get them to think about something. But to really stomp down can cause a lot of pain. You're going to put an athlete out for many months.
Or forever.
Yeah, exactly. So here I set it up, right? I set it up, and on the third one, bang! Right? That's the idea.
And then you follow.
I'll follow with a combination. So I'm here, 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 and then here. Okay, nice. So notice how I'm moving on the outside once again. So set up, one, right? Here, here, boom.
And when you hit me with those, I turn away a little bit, I don't see the other ones coming.
Exactly, just because I keep moving around to the outside. I'm here, hit, hit, hit.
Beautiful. One of my favorite traditional animal stances in the Chinese martial arts is monkey stance. Not only is it good for conditioning, where you kind of go from this position, switch to this position, switch to this position, back and forth, these monkey stances. It's like horse stance, only one foot's in a bit and turned in. Praying mantis uses monkey stance everywhere. And every traditional praying mantis Kung Fu master I've ever met, their style is riddled with monkey stances. They're together, monkey and mantis. So we have this monkey stance, which is effective in fighting to protect you from something being thrown at your head and to set you up for either a shoot or a nice little kick. Okay? So if we got the traditional JKD fighter and he wants to hit me with that jab, I'm going to kind of slip the jab monkey style, which means get out of the way and go for a little bit of a groin hit. Luckily my man Sakan here always wears his cut. Okay. So that jab comes in, get out of the way with monkey stance, a little smack. He's going to feel it for a split second. I immediately shoot down and grab onto one of the legs, single leg style, go right through it. And then if we're in a tournament, you could continue, but if we're on the street, I like this separation and I want to get out of there. What I teach my students is that every time you see a roll in monkey kung fu or in tiger kung fu, it is simulating some kind of a shoot or some kind of a leg takedown. The rolls teach you how to have efficient, athletic forward momentum. So watch again, the punch comes in, slip it back, hit to the groin, drop down, kind of like you're doing a roll, but you shoot it on this leg, take it, and then get out of there. Sakan, thank you so much for the training today.
You're welcome.
I had to come all the way to Thailand to see you, and it was so worth it. Where can folks find out more about you?
You can check us out on corecombatchiangmai.com. You can check out my YouTube channel, of course, Sakan Lam. We're also on Facebook, Core Combat Chiang Mai. Whenever you're in town, come give us a visit. We do JEET Kune, Kali, Silat, among other many different martial arts.
And folks can find all of Sakan's links down below in the description and comments. And even if you go to his Facebook, he's got his most recent fights that he has posted, so you can watch the whole fight from start to finish. What do you think? Kung Fu fighter of the same weight versus JKD fighter of the same weight? Who's gonna win?
It depends. Like I said, my background is still Kung Fu, thanks to Jake, back in the day. But I still think the person that's most versatile is always gonna win.
Let's find out right now.
Hey.